Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yemi. I welcome you to another weekly market forecast. Today we'll be covering up for the 24th to 28th of November 2025 market outlook, starting from the fundamental outlook, starting on the high impact news only, focusing on what happened. On Monday, there is bank holiday on JPY, and Tuesday we have news coming up on US dollar, 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time. On Wednesday, we have most of the high impact news coming up for AUD, NZD, Great Britain pounds, and US dollar as well. And that will include the official cash rates, the RBNZ press conference, unemployment claims, and core PCE price index monthly by monthly, which is tentative on the US dollar. On the Thursday is bank holiday, which is Thanksgiving in USA. So the market might be dull on that day. And on Friday, which is the last trading day of the week, we have Canadian dollar coming up with GDP monthly by monthly 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time for the fundamental outlook. All that being said, let's move straight into the technical outlook of the market. Starting from the DXY, last week our projection on DXY was really good and it's made so much sense. And ideally, what we were looking for was very simple. We're looking for a buy momentum because when we check on the monthly time frame, you realize that DXY is currently in a monthly demand zone. And for that reason being said, it means that we can be waiting for more bullish momentum on the DXY. Going to the weekly time frame perspective, you realize that the price is actually setting up for bullish momentum compared to what we have in these two last weeks right here. So this is the next target I'm expecting DXY to get into before the price actually gets here. If I'm going to be looking for weakness on DXY at all, it would rather be from this price level. So that being said, it means I'll be expecting more bullish momentum on the DXY. And then let's go straight to the daily time frame perspective and see what we have. Usually, when we have something creating like this after the bullish momentum, two candlesticks like this without decision showing forward, what does that mean? We're looking for more bullish momentum. If you bring out the trend line analysis, you try to do something like this, and also you try to create another one above it right here. And you have something like this. That tells us that what we're expecting more bullish momentum in this direction right here on the DXY. So regardless how that happens, I just want to see the price doing this at the end of the day. So to keep it very simple, I'm still looking for buy momentum on the DXY going forward for this week. On the 4-hour time frame perspective, do we have anything similar or anything different? Yes, overall, we've seen the reaction of the DXY on the 4-hour time frame perspective, hitting a bounce level here and reacting to that. But regardless, what I've checked out on the daily would be my guide going forward. So it's easier for me to stay project something like this on the DXY going forward for the week. As a matter of fact, this is on 4-hour time frame perspective, but I really prefer what I've shown or what I've seen on the daily time frame perspective. So if at all I'm expecting more momentum on that on the 4 hours, it means I'm expecting something like this to happen. And at the end of the day, the higher time frame perspective rules the market. So this is what I have on the DXY going forward for this week, expecting more bullish momentum on the DXY. All right, on the Euro USD, let's see the impact of that on the Euro US dollar without wasting time. Okay, last week was a smooth one for us on Euro USD. We made some good profit right there, projected a sell on it, and it was so much fantastic. And then for this week, what do we have? I'm taking out everything we have last week. I'm taking them out now. We have bearish momentum right here, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and lower highs all the time. And this is a significant movement right there. So I'll say on the weekly time frame perspective, we have a bearish momentum on the Euro US dollar. Going to the daily time frame perspective, if you look at this from this angle, you realize that on daily, we've had significant sell momentum over the number of days consecutively. So now what I'll be expecting at some point in time, before we had this pull for the buy, it was actually this level we were looking at that the market will do more of buying into or selling into before we have the buy. But the price did not come in here based on demand structure that it is right here. Now, the way I'm looking at the chart now seems to me more like the price might actually be going for this level this time around, do a bit of a buy and before it starts selling again. The buy may not be much, but at least I'll be expecting a little bit of buy from there. So on the daily time frame perspective, it means we might be having a sell momentum that may worth about 82 to 80 pips on average. And of course, if we really want to detail this, in fact, this level can also be holding the price a little, but I don't want to say it that way. I don't know why, based on the fact that the price actually tapped in there on Friday. So I want to see it in such a way that the market is going going to smash this level, break into here before we see that bullish reaction. Because of course, anytime you see a strong bearish momentum or bullish momentum consecutively, there is high possibility to see the opposite reaction. Consecutive bearish momentum, consecutive bullish momentum, consecutive bullish bearish momentum. What are you expecting? Most likely bullish momentum. So it's a bit for a while, and then I will expect the overall momentum on the higher time frame to play its part. So that is that is my outlook on this one on the daily time frame perspective. Checking out what we have on the 4-hour time frame, is it will be looking like this. So ideally, we'll just be waiting to see more momentum on that. And then that really means something, that I'll be expecting the price to actually take out this previous low right here on the Euro US dollar. So going forward for the week, we'll be expecting more sell momentum on this guy. I'll be expecting more sell momentum on Euro USD. So like I said, right here, this could be happening. Okay, it is very possible we have something like this. It's just a structure. All right, this is a structure. So if you check this on 1 hour time frame, I don't think I have interest in it, but I've seen the details I'm looking for on the 4-hour time frame, so I think that is fine for me. Going to the next one, I will go to GBPUSD USD and see what we have on the weekly time frame perspective. This is another good one for us for last week. The projection for last week was sell, and it was tricky, but I remember that we head on a sell regardless. So this is still looking bearish, right? It's still looking bearish till the price gets in a place like this. So we're still looking for more bearish momentum on the GBP US dollar. It still remains trickish because the same momentum is looking like it's hanging in between. All right. On the daily time frame perspective, what do we have? We check the daily time frame, we're going to realize that there is a low right here too. And this low, this low price level is also where I'm expecting the price to break through. And in fact, I want it to do more so that it will be easier to see the price at a level like this, where we have reaction from here and we have something like this right here. So easy for me to anticipate the price momentum to get into here before we see a reaction. So later on, we can talk about how it's going to bounce off from here in the future. But currently, this is the next reaction was one which I'm looking at, and that's about 190 something pips on daily. So how many pips it we take together, I really don't know, but I'm looking at what the price is showing, and this is what I see. Okay. So this is another time, this is another point in time where we have a demand zone. This is another level here. We have demand zone too, but I'm looking for how the price will react to these zones equally. So regardless, I will just be looking to react in the market, and I want you to also react in the market, not impulsive in the market. So on the 4-hour time frame perspective, yes, this is already showing more of a rejection on the bullish side now. And then what will I expect? Nothing really much than to follow what the overall outlook is saying on the higher time frame. So if I'm going to be doing anything else for this week on this guy, I'll just be expecting it to do exactly what I've projected on the higher time frame. Taking out this low is the immediate reaction I'm expecting to see. All right, going forward is to take out this previous level. So on the 4-hour time frame perspective, we have nothing we're looking for here. Then it's ranging. Actually, yes, it was a tricky one towards the end of the week. It was really a tricky one, back and forth. Market is was reacting somehow. So basically, for this week, I'm expecting a sell, right? I'm expecting a sell, just to keep it simple without breaking down everything. I'm expecting a sell, taking out this if possible. And if it doesn't, it can actually open with a if possible, it can open with a gap up like this, all right, and create something like this and start selling. Or at the end of the day, it can actually still open and start selling straight. But if this happens, I'll prefer it. But I want to sell this guy. That's what I'm saying in essence. So GBP US dollar is also a bearish momentum to some level for the week before it gets in here. When it gets here, I want to sell off. I want to buy briefly from here, from this zone. So this is my outlook and projection on the GBP US dollar for this week. Check the price level, check the anticipation, and check where we're looking at. Okay, great. Let's go to the next one. We have the AUD US dollar. On this one particularly, for some time now, I've analyzed this one and I've been waiting that the price was going to get into a range like this. Check my previous analysis. You're going to see there. This is the level, which is the demand zone for me. Protected there, multiple times protected. And I've been waiting for the price to actually get there. This remains a bearish momentum on daily, let's be sincere. So if the price actually gets here, I don't know. I can't say, but I'm still saying the price shooting down regardless. So it might not actually get here anyways. So let's just be sincere. And right here on the daily 4-hour time frame perspective, look at what the price did. The price went straight down there to the level I was anticipating. It went there on last week Friday, and from there it has pulled about how many pips in total? It has put about 80 pips on average. And looking at this now, it tells me more that we'll be expecting more momentum right here on the 4-hour time frame. But if we get to a price level, it will start selling off. But I don't know how far it will be. But let's check that on 1 hour time frame. Let's see where we can. Oh, great, nice one. I have it already. This is it here. Okay, analyze this in the class. I analyzed this in the class before, so this is it here. So of course, I'll be expecting the price to actually get here before I see reaction. That's reaction I'm looking at. I'm expecting it to happen here. So that means I'll be waiting for price to do something like this and keep buying and then smash down. Okay. If that being the case, it's fine. Then that means we won't be expecting it to happen that much. But regardless, I'll keep this one for safety. For safety, yes. So in case the price actually put out this range, but trust me, I have a strong feeling that the price may actually just come around there and test it out. Okay, somewhere around there. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Somewhere around there. Yes, I somewhere around here. So even if I'm taking out my previous level, that means this is where I'm expecting the price to actually get to. But where I took out was the fair value gap zone, okay? And it's also important. So basically, if I'm going to be looking at two levels where the price may actually get to for this buy momentum, the first one would be here, and the second one would be the fair value gap zone, which I just took out. So it now it depends on you as a trader, which one will you go with? For me, I can go with any of them. I can go with the fair value gap. I can take my profit from the fair value gap zone and leave the market, okay? But basically, I've seen the pull for buy range, then I want to see more continuation. This has bought already, so there's nothing I want to do with this. So rather, I will just be doing something like this, expecting it to buy more into this range and then pull back from this range. And from there, we have what we're doing. We have something else to do. Okay, this is on the 1 hour time frame perspective. Go back to 1 hour. If you get back to the 4 hours, this is how it's looking like. So basically, nothing really much here, but this is 1 hour fair value gap. So I think this is clear. This is 1 hour fair value gap zone, and it's a bearish one. So basically, I'm expecting more bullish momentum. That would be about how many pips in the market? It would be about 35 pips more in the market on AUD US dollar. So it's a significant movement right there. All right, and on NZD US dollar, my zone did not get into the level. The price did not get into the level I was anticipating for a buy, but it gets to a level before it, and which we also identified on time in class on 2 hour time frame perspective though. But let's see what we have on the weekly time frame perspective on that. It was a good week because we had some profit on this guy too. We sold, and it was a significant sell momentum for the week, last week rather. So last week is gone. What else are we expecting? Expecting more bullish momentum a little bit now before it smashed through it to the downside. And how will that happen? See the weekly time frame perspective. Look at what we have here. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, just to break this level. Then if that happens, we're expecting the price to come into a range like this in the future, right here like this. Okay. So going forward on the daily time frame perspective, look at what the price is showing right now, reacting to the price and see what the market is saying. That means we're going to look at it critically from all time frames possible. But from where the price was around here, what was that? September, October, we've been talking about this, and I said that everything you're seeing the price saying here, it's going to take it out. This is a liquidity void right there. All right. And you've seen the price taking it out now. It's just a matter of time. I said this 2 months ago, thereabouts. All September, I was talking about this, that everything you've seen the market buying from here, it's going to actually sell them back. And look at this now. Currently, the market has sold it back. So currently, it's showing a bullish momentum, and this is on daily time frame. So the last day of the trading week for last week was a significant bullish momentum. It closed as an engulfing bullish momentum. After this has shown an inverted hammer at an area of value. But let's go further and see what we can anticipate in this for this week on this. Okay, on forward time frame perspective, it's pulling for bullish momentum, which the momentum is very weak, but we've not seen much of that, and it has not taken out the previous high. So which means this is still surrendering to a bearish pressure in the market, though it's at a zone whereby we can refer to as a demand level. So the question now is, how long will it buy for before it starts selling again if we have a total bearish pressure on the higher time frame? So that remains unclear little, but then let's see how the price open, and from there we'll see reaction, because on the higher time frame perspective, we've seen significant push to a demand zone. So I will be looking for a bit of bullish momentum from here. But before this, we'll be be confirmed, I want to see the price actually taking out this high. And from there, I will know that, okay, the price is actually ready to do something like this. All right. Or probably to mark it down again. But depending, let the market open, because this also have a correlation with EURUSD and GBP US dollar. So I can't rule that out completely. And I can also anticipate to react in the market. So that is my outlook on this. But I can leave this one to be. I will check it back again when market opens, and I'm going to update. All right. On the USD CAD, well, nothing really much important on the USD CAD weekly time frame perspective. This was my target on it. And look at the reaction we had from here. This is a very wicked. Okay, let's go to the weekly to start from there. On the weekly time frame perspective, it was a buy projection for last week on it. And this was our real projection where we're expecting the price to get into. Last week was a bullish one. It gave about 161 pips or so. Okay, 165 pips. So which means I was on track with this. So we made profit on this guy, right? Regardless, this week has begun. A new week is upon us. And what are we expecting? More bullish momentum, actually, more bullish momentum on it, because this is significant. I'm expecting the price to actually take out this level. If it does, it's fantastic one, because we're still having a long way to go above the price level right here, just as you've seen on the DXY. It's about 300 pips on average. So where are we currently? Halfway. We're halfway. So on the 4-hour time frame perspective, what are we expected to see? This is looking like a bit of rejection from this price level, as we can see right now. So it is easier to expect a bit of sell momentum, and if that happens, so it also means something that we can be expecting the price to actually sell a little before we have a buy. So if that should be the case, from this price level, where are we expecting the price to sell into? Right, I'll be looking at something like this, something like this, something like this, something like this. Okay, something like this. I'll be expecting the price to sell to something like this. Ideally, I'm going to take that out. We look at a zone like this. All right, I will be expecting the price to sell to a zone like this. From there to the current market price, we give about 100 pips on average, meaning if the price sells into here, I'll be expecting price to buy off. Otherwise, I can do something like this to make it a bit clearer. Okay. All right. And your stop loss, not too much. I don't risk too much in the market. Anyways, that's for me. You can do your analysis and do your own risk management plan. So for me, basically, I can expect the price to actually do something like this, because this is also a cycle in the market. And overall, trust me, I'm expecting more buy. I want to see the price actually taking out this level and buy. If the markets show otherwise, then we're breaking off the momentum is showing. Well, that means we'll be taking the buy as we projected. Look at it here. Overall, we're looking for what? We're looking for a buy. So even if it sells here, we're still expecting more bullish momentum. But ideally, we're just following what the price is showing. We're not just acting. We are acting based on what the price is showing right here. So this is what we have on this one particularly. On 1 hour time frame perspective, probably we have something. Nothing really much. Nothing really much. Nothing really, really much here. So on the 4 hour time frame, only here, only here. If I want to refine a 4 hour time frame, it means I could be expecting the buy to happen from here to this price level right here to expect the buy, sell into this range and start buying from here. That'll be on 1 hour time frame, but it's almost close. So we just leave it on the 4 hour perspective that I'm looking at. So this is what I have here. This is almost this is a complete cycle too. If you check it, almost just that we expected this level to happen, and all of the buyer side liquidity and the rest of that did not happen. But then let's wait and see how the price reacts, and that's the most important thing for me. So if we're going to be looking for a sell based on this rejection, this is a very wicked, very wicked shooting star right here. So, but of course, sometimes it could actually mean a trap. So we have to know what we're doing based on not just one candle, based on the structure entirely on the market, based on the context. All right, so USDJPY, this guy has already started. On the weekly time frame perspective, on the USDJPY, we're looking at it from an angle that this remains bullish. This is my target on it. Last week we projected a buy on it, and eventually it bought significantly. Don't worry, it bought over 300 pips last week. Yeah, last week it bought over 300 pips. So I'm still projecting that we're still having more bullish momentum to the price get here. And whatever we have here is just a reaction, because market will not buy forever. Going to the daily time frame perspective, we've seen how the price took out this entire ring liquidity here. We talked about it and I said it already. And the break and close above and still resting above is sitting right here. This is something I used to say in my class every time. And you can see this momentum is bearish. So if you're looking at these three candles, if it's forming at an area of value, that means we are having a shooting star candlestick formation right here. And if that should be the case, I'm going to take out this guy first, also take out this guy, so we can have a pure contest we're dealing with. On the daily, it means that we have almost a complete cycle, just like the USDCHF. So could that mean that we're expecting more bearish momentum before the market will eventually starts buying. Yes, of course, yes, we'll have a sell momentum before the price will start buying. So ideally, where can we have this sell? Where is this sell going? How can we navigate through this? And what is the momentum looking like right now? Are we going to see a buy or are we going to see a sell? Well, I'm projecting that we might likely see a sell off from here a little, but it makes more sense on the 4-hour time frame perspective because it has started from the 4-hour time frame perspective. And if you look at what the price is showing, we'll be looking at a price level like this. Like I said, the sell has started since last week, Friday or thereabout, Thursday rather. The move has started since last week, Thursday. So if there's anything I want to do is to expect the price to come into this range as a demand zone. And from there, I'll take a level for a buy. I'm going to take the price for a buy from here. All right. So this would be what I will be doing if I'm taking this. All right. This would be me in the market for the week if I'm going to take USDJPY. If I'm going to take USDJPY, this would be me. This is where I'll be taking it out from. Don't worry, I said if it's going to buy, definitely we're looking for more bullish momentum beyond the current high and beyond the previous high. So what do we have? We have other highs above it. This is a level. It is very small. This is another level. There's another level above that on higher time frame. But let's keep it simple and wait for what the market will give us almost instantly for the week. Okay, so enough of the high time forecast, but bigger picture helps you to remain steady, to remain steadfast in your analysis. So that's why. On 4-hour time frame, this is what I'm looking at. On the 1-hour time frame perspective, I'm already about 21 minutes. Wow. So I'm expecting this to happen. I'm expecting the price to get into this range. And that's about how many pips in total? About 100 pips on average into the downside before we have a bullish momentum. So that means on DXY2, should we be expecting a bearish momentum before it happens? Look at this. Fantastic. Expecting bearish momentum before it happens. So you see, this is also aligning on the USDCHF. I think I'm done with this. Okay. I'm done with this guy. On the USDCHF, which would be I'm not looking at anything here because last week it moved as we projected, and there is nothing I want to really repeat there. This one too gave us profit last week. You can see all the currency pairs we've analyzed. Go and check the last week video. They actually moved well. So this is USDCHF. I remember I was detailing this down with some of my folks yesterday, and look at this one right here. No, not you. Not you. Sorry. Okay, great. So I've taken out this one, particularly taking out this one. I used all of this for explanation, previous low, equal lows, and projection to the high side on higher time frame perspective, bullish engulfing pattern right there. And when you check the market, what is this showing right now? We have more bullish anticipation. There is a fair value gap zone above a price level on the monthly time frame, but we're not going into that. Let's go to the daily and see what we have. On the daily, this is just a structure you've seen before, and I've shown you this multiple times. And you can tell from my analysis, this basically looks good for a bullish momentum. I love the price action. After the massive bullish momentum, as before I told you, you have what? A sell as well. After this rejection from here is almost a textbook pattern. What do you see next? A current bullish momentum. So it is really, really important that we look in our anticipation to break the previous high and visit this next level, attack it. Then we can talk about the next level the price will be getting into. But currently, as it stands now, this looks bullish on the USDCHF. Going forward on the 4-hour time frame perspective, look at our projection for last week, expecting the price to get here and continue buying. So since last week, on Wednesday, I remember we had a class to Friday. This has done another 76 pips. From Monday, which remember I said this was Monday, which I said was going to retrace into this price level before it start buying. It did, and the entire momentum for last week was 165 pips on USDCHF, and that was projected. So what I'm saying here is we're looking at the price, looking at what the market is about to say, what it's doing, and how we can react. Basically, I'm still looking for more bullish momentum on the USD right here. But then USDCHF is a good one on 4-hour time frame perspective. Is it still looking good I'm going to take out this one, okay? So I'm going to take this out too. All right. So is it still looking good for a buy? Yes, it looks good. After this level has been taken out, rejection here and there. Well, we have a little momentum there, whereby we can be anticipating the price to we have a fair value gap zone somewhere around there, okay, which preceded a break of this previous high structure. Now it's easier for me to wait and see the price going into that level to continue the buy from there. Basically, if this is going to change based on the influence we had on the DXY, yes, I agree. I will stay true on course, and also be there to update. Right here is another level, which is also very possible, and most likely, we might actually see something like that. Okay, more likely we can actually see something like this in the market. So from here to here, how many pips is that? There's about 27 pips, which I think it might not hold, though it's a good zone, right? For 50 minutes time frame traders or 30 minutes time frame traders, you can use it. But for my kind of time frame, I prefer somewhere that can give me peace of mind. Right there, I'm looking at this level. I'm looking at a level like this, asking for where is the entry. It's already common. The midpoint of this level I drew out is my most preferred entry point, and right there, you can have something like this for your guidance if you're taking that trade. So basically, I'm expecting more bearish momentum into this level, and being a demand zone, I'll be expecting more buy from here going forward. And taking out the previous high, by the way. So I need to say that taking out the previous high. So manage your risk. It's left to you now. And this is the outlook on the USDCHF for the week. Okay, about 25 minutes now. Wow. Group 10 pounds GPY, nothing really here. I'm not, like I said last week, nothing was there, but I talked about it on Monday. It was a significant one and it gave some profits, you see, last week. So my time is running. Now I want to see more bullish momentum anyways on 4 hour time frame. Okay, let's go to daily. I don't want to talk about it anyways. I want this guy to complete his own profile too. Can you see as external range liquidity is concerned, everything here is internal range liquidity. And what we can expect to see in the market is to actually take out this level before I expect more sell momentum. But currently what he's doing is different a little bit. And this is the bearish momentum, which covers the previous candle right there. And all I can expect is more bearish momentum a little before it continues to buy. If at all is going to buy again, depending on the momentum we have in the market. So right here, fair value gap taken, rejection taken is sandwiched. That means we have to be careful with this guy. But ideally, if it sells more, it sells into this range. It's a good patch, not the best of the zone I will be expecting the price to get into. But if it does, I will be looking for a buy reaction from here. So let's see how that goes. But going forward, grip 10 pounds US dollar. I did it took out this previous level here and close below. I was expecting it to sell huge and really sell down more. All right. So, like I said, I'll be refining this later on, but today is not the time. So let's go to I think I have other ones I want to talk about. Great Britain pounds, Canadian dollar. Yes, this one, nothing I want to say about it. This level has been a zone I've been looking out for a long time now. Demand zone right here. Can you see this demand level? I've been looking out for it for a very long time now. And on Friday, Thursday or Friday, the market came into it. And okay, it was on Wednesday. The market came into it, the price came there, and it smashed for a buy. And it was a fantastic one because I've thought about it. And that did over 154 pips. This one, I would remove this one. It was a fair value gap zone that gave us this sell momentum from here. And it was fantastic. It gave about 200 pips on average. So at the second time it was moving here, and that was when I gave up on the sell again. But this buy remains constant for me because it has given us momentum before for a buy. So that's why I kept on with that. So currently, I'm just looking at it. All of this range is happening, but creating lower lows, lower highs, meaning that this price is just holding, but the bearish momentum stands. So what will happen next? I really can't tell. If this level is taken out, I will be looking for more bullish momentum. Like if this level is taken out, if this level is taken out, I can be looking for more bullish momentum into this range right there. But if not, otherwise, if I'm looking for more bearish momentum like this, it means we'll still be expecting this level to be taken out eventually in the market. So to keep that simple, I'll just be looking at this. I don't want to waste more time on it. I'll talk about it later on in course of the week. On the morning session on Monday, by God's grace, I'll be talking about that. So that being said, on the Group 10 pounds AUD, well, this is the 1 hour order block that we had, which gave us some significant momentum. This sale, we took the sale and it gave some significant profits right there in the community for last week, over 200 and something pips. I didn't get up to 150 anyways, but it looks good now. If it takes out this level, like I said, look at the range right there. It range almost all through Friday. But if you take out this level here, I'll be looking for more buy momentum. But this is what it's looking like right now. So all of this void out, all of this liquidity above here, I'm expecting the price to react. But if not, if the seller's pressure increases and break the previous low, not like a trap like this, then we'll be looking for more sell. But currently, it looks good. I'll talk about it more later. NZD US dollar. Okay, I think it should be the last guy. 28 minutes now. Ooh, wow. Okay, from the weekly time frame. Okay, from the weekly time frame perspective, like I said the other time, this looks good, but I've not really been seeing much on it because let's where I have that momentum. Let's see what I drew there. I think I did this in a class. Okay, this is on 2 hour time frame perspective, expecting it to sell down here on 2 hour time frame. But let's just wait. Let's just see weekly time frame. I don't want to remove anything here, so to keep it simple, it's have removed something eventually. This was the high price level we had there at some point. So most likely we'll still be having more bullish momentum. But before then, this guy has been ranging. This is the third week now, or fourth week. It has been ranging for about a month now around here. And currently, what are we expecting? More bearish momentum. Significantly been creating lower lows and lower highs, or lower highs, yeah, and at the same time is maintaining a particular low somehow, but lower highs. So meaning the pressure is from the bearish momentum in the market. Going to the daily time frame perspective, and with that being said, sorry, I forgot to tell you. With that being said, this is a structure that looks like where we can be expecting a buy from. This is a structure. This is kind of far, but who are we to say it's far in the market? The market will determine if it's far or not. Market can choose to close this entirely in a day or two, or a week, or a year. So let's go forward. Let's see what we have. On the daily time frame perspective, what do we have in the market? Look at the entire week right here. So that's why I did not have a call out on gold specifically for last week because it's really not clear. So I was looking at it, it went here and all of those things. So I just left it like that. But currently this is looking bearish and we're hang right there because I would have been looking for a lower time frame perspective for entry. This is a daily time frame demand zone, which can actually be a very good opportunity to enter in the market after 3,000 pips drop. Well, I'm not going to sell good. We'll be waiting for it if it comes into this level, looking for a buy from there. But basically, let's go to the 4-hour time frame perspective. Let's see what we have. On the 4-hour time frame perspective, we have something as this looking bearish before it buys. Yeah, on the 4-hour time frame perspective, it looks bearish before it's going to buy. Ideally, if I want to do that, I'll be waiting to see the price actually get into here. If it gets here, this is the 4-hour time frame perspective. So this range is too much if you want to trade it. Actually, this is about risking over 220 something pips. So that's what I did there. I refined the entry on 2-hour time frame. So what you're risking from here will be lesser. So from here to hit this range will be about 100 pips. So in between this level is the threshold for my entry, as I do say every time. That's like 50 pips stop loss and range. You do your calculation anyways, but this is what I'll be looking at. So this looks good for me as a sell momentum before a buy momentum. I'll be looking at good to actually sell down right here. Looking at an inverse head and shoulder, which is a complicated and very, very tricky one. But then I'm looking at this to happen in the market. So let me extend my projection right here so that it can fit in. This is it here. And also this is what we have in here. Okay. So for me for this week, this is what I'm looking at. And then let's keep it real. And I believe the market will be so favorable for us for the week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is almost close to what I'm doing. Okay, right here. Can you see? This is even the alignment on the 1 hour time frame. Basically, guys, I'm expecting same momentum, almost head and shoulder pattern, tricky one, risky one, anything you want to call it. But then at least you can tell that I'm expecting this to happen. I'm expecting it to get in here. I'm expecting it to get in here, have a buy, and the rest of that. So keep it simple. This is what the market needs, and this is good perspective. And let's talk about the BTCUSD. Oh, this guy took out the stop loss. Okay, I think that was for the short-term frame I had in class the other time. But ideally, on the daily time frame perspective, what I'm looking for is a bit different. I'll be having a buy momentum regardless, though. But then, okay, this is the demand zone I was expecting. It has been taken out. Really, it has been taken out. It has been taken out. But what they did is very simple. They took out liquidity and they're closing above it, meaning we are going to have more bullish momentum. That's the meaning there. We're going to have more bullish momentum. But currently, this is on daily time frame perspective. It looks good. It looks good. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Can you see on the weekly time frame? Ideally, I was anticipating this level that they're going to take out this zone, continue to tell us if they want buy or they want to sell from there. But this is a level on lower time frame perspective, which was a demand level, which I anticipated to see a push to the upside. Probably maybe they're going to push into this level, which is the fair value gap zone above here. As you can see, that market will create something like this, a structure like this, and then probably do something like this. This was my outlook and projection anyways. But then look at what we have here on the lower time frame perspective. That demand zone was taken out and it was, I won't say it was taken out, it was raided. So to say, let's say it was raided. Liquidity there eroded the stop losses, everything carried away, and then they started pushing in the right direction right now. Oh, wow. Great. So this is what I'm looking at here. This is BTC US dollar, guys. It's about 3 minutes we started. So I think I've come to the end of today's session, and this is the outlook and forecast for the week. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Share, like, comment, any question, I'm going to respond. And I wish you the best. Trade proper risk management and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye for now, and have a wonderful time ahead of you. Goodbye.